Hello there everyone, the Jedi Brick here, and today I'm showing you guys my Rebel U-Wing again. 2 weeks ago I made a video talking about how I modified the 2016 version of the Rebel U-Wing, and I got a really interesting comment that I really wanted to tell you guys about, and how I modded my U-Wing and how that inspired me to make a bunch more changes and everything. I'll put the comment up on screen when I get to that part, and it was just talking about the cockpit and the control panel. I thought it was really helpful, and when I changed that, I really wanted to add some different things, stuff I wasn't really happy with my original version of this, and just stuff I wanted to improve on. So that's what this video is going to be about today, showing you guys more stuff I improved with the Rebel U-Wing. So let's get started. So to start off, I'll talk about the top of the U-Wing, and this is something I'm really proud of, and I really like about this that I changed. I changed pretty much the entire like top middle section of the ship. And the way this was originally is you had the cockpit thing here, which I did move up a few studs. That was in the last video. But this whole section here is new. That had this whole mechanism where you push this Technic piece and it would lift up the cockpit. And I didn't really see the point of that. I think it's very easy to lift up the cockpit here. It's not challenging. It's not like it's stuck on anything. So I don't really know what the point of that was. But I wanted to get rid of that. And what I came up with here is making this whole section removable, which I think this is a great idea. I love the way that I did this. It's only connected by these four studs on either side on these corner pieces right here, which came in the original set, and I just connected it all together by those 4 points. You just remove it, and then you also get the access to the top, to the interior, which again I think that's really cool. Considering how small it is in there, having that little extra, the finger room to place minifigures is very, very important with something with this scale. And then this whole back section as well can pop off. Nothing really super interesting in the back there. It's just a thermal detonator and a small blaster. I was inspired by how in a lot of LEGO sets they give you that little compartment to put minifigures accessories, and I thought that would be really cool to implement here, just kind of as a reference to that, just making a bit more like something you would get in a Lego Star Wars set. So that's really the reason I put that part there. But this whole main section, like I keep saying, pops off. You can also still adjust the cockpit. So if you wanted to just have the cockpit open, you could do that as well. You don't have to take off the whole thing. But also, I'll show you guys the overall construction of that. Just a little component right here, and then right there, just snaps on top there. Nothing super crazy here, nothing too complex. Um, but yeah, I'm really proud of that. I like that idea quite a bit. I think that looks really good. I think it's very cool. It adds to the overall play features of this set, just making it easier to get your fingers in there and place minifigures. But now let's take that off one more time, and I'll show you guys the cockpit. So I went ahead and I took off some of the slope pieces just so you guys could get a better visual of what's going on in here. And this is where I'm going to put the comment up from the last U-Wing video. The commenter was pretty much talking about how to make a better control panel, I could use one of two of these hinge pieces right here, and then the battle droid arms, and just connect them like that, and have that one underneath the seat there. I'll take the whole pilot out right now anyway. I got rid of the control panels on the side. I just kind of made this whole section a little bit smaller as well, and I really like the way this turned out. This was a great idea. I'm hoping I did what the commenter was talking about. Like, this is kind of what they had in mind. Um, I tried my best to figure out what they meant. I think I got it, but if that person is watching, let me know if I completely messed it up. Just leave another comment or something. But I really like the way this turned out. I think having it like this is a lot better than what I did last time. You can adjust this. You can have it, you know, moved down or whatever. You have a lot more articulation, which I think is really cool. I did change out the pilot to make him a bit more accurate to what we got in that microfighter, but the seat itself isn't anything too complex. It's a 2x4 with studs on one end and nothing on the bottom or on the other half, just to make it easier to move the minifigure in and out. Just one of these slope kind of hinge piece. I don't really know what to call those, but the overall seat construction isn't anything super complex or anything elaborate. I don't think it really needs to be. I think it gets the point across of what that's going to be. And like I've said before, I just have these little stairs or like a ladder leading up to the cockpit. I feel like I needed something there to make it a bit more realistic, even though in universe there really isn't anything there. It's like some small steps, but I feel like having the ladder just adds a bit more detail, even though it's not accurate. It's more of a creative choice. But and that's also like a stability thing, like connecting all the parts, like the bottom to the top. I won't bore you guys with that stuff, but that's why that's there. But actually, while we're doing this bit, I'll turn this over and show you guys the other thing that I modified is this windscreen piece. So in the original set, there's this bigger windscreen piece, kind of like this one. It's a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and while that piece is really cool that they gave us a whole unique print and everything, I wasn't really happy with how it was oriented on the ship. It kind of left a bit of like it didn't have a great angle where it just kind of didn't look like it was up against it all the way, like gravity was holding it at a certain point a little too much, and I wasn't pleased with that, and I couldn't really figure out a good way to fix it with that piece. So I looked to the 2024 U-wing set, and I noticed how they have like a windscreen piece. Like they use, I think it's a 1x4 by I think 3. I think it's one of these pieces just connected. Anyway, and I really liked the way that looked. I think that was a really cool design choice instead of having it be one giant piece. And then I just went ahead and I constructed this one. I've got a 1x4 on the bottom, and then I just added a 1x2 in the middle, and then 1x1s on the side just to make it a little bit stronger. Don't have to worry about it falling apart as easily. But, and then it just looks so much better. It gets rid of that, like the weird angle. And in the original source material, you have these gray parts kind of connecting, and the window isn't, it doesn't look like this. I don't know if I'm articulating myself quite as well as I want to, but it it looks more accurate. At least in my opinion, it does. I like having the gray parts right here on either side, and not get having the the other parts exposed. I think this looks a lot better. And I did take some artistic liberties with this, of course. Like, have the Rebel Starboard on either side here in the blue, which is not on the original U-Wing or any U-Wing to my knowledge. I just put that there because I thought it looked cool, and I do like it there. I think it looks nice. Just a bit of a creative choice, I suppose. Um, I did the same thing on the other side as well. In the original set, these did not look as good. They had them connected kind of to the bottom here, just like some dark gray angle pieces. It did not go up all the way, and the source material, the gray does go up all the way, I believe. So I think this looks a lot better. I think it's a better transition as well, and I'm quite proud of it. Another small thing that I changed here is I did a bit of recoloring. When I was rewatching Andor, I noticed that the U-Wing is primarily a lighter color gray. I couldn't really differentiate if it was white here, like on the bottom, or if it was gray, because it looked very similar between the white and the gray. I knew for sure it wasn't dark gray, which I had a lot of dark gray on the bottom here in the original video. So I went ahead and I removed almost all of that dark gray and just added some little bits of it here and there, just to, like a bit of detail to show the age of the U-Wing. But I wanted it to be primarily this light gray. The inside, I didn't change anything. It's still the same as the last video. I still have the little control panels and stuff there. Some of the lights there as another artistic choice. But I did go ahead and I changed the color of it just a little bit. I do need to still change, I think, some of it on the top there. Just give it a little bit more of the light bluish gray. But overall, I think it looks a lot better. Um, yeah, actually, one more thing before I forget to show you guys how that's connected. Gotta flip it. This thing is so big, I don't really know how to show it on camera. But I've got these pieces right there. They're just connected like that. And I have some of these hinge pieces right here. And that's kind of inspired, like I've said, by the 2024 Ewing. I looked at the instructions to see how the window was added on there, and I just kind of replicated it for the most part with what I had for parts and how I had the Ewing constructed. So that's just on two of those hinge pieces, and you can just bend it down a little bit. And then I added some slope pieces there, kind of what's like in the original set. Just changed them out to be the lighter gray, added some cheese slopes right on the top, again, just to kind of help that transition. And that's how I got that look. And that is how I modified the U-Wing again. Let me know what you guys think about these mods in the comments down below, and if you have any suggestions on what I should change or add, let me know as well. Thank you again to the person who commented. That was a big inspiration behind this video where I took apart the cockpit and I got the idea to make this whole one section and just making me look at the U-Wing again and deciding that I wanted to make some more changes. It was great. I love taking some Lego Star Wars sets and just improving them. So this is probably my favorite stuff that I do on this channel, showing you guys the way that I've changed things. And yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like and subscribe if you're new here. It means a lot to me. It helps my channel grow. But with all that said, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.